from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is.
Good morning and welcome again to the GDFL Footy Show, coming to you out of Geelong on a beautiful Saturday morning. And yes, we've had some bit of mixed weather this week, but it's on again this weekend. The final started last week and it's on again this afternoon with a couple of big games on this afternoon, and also tomorrow as well on the Sunday. And you hear all the action on 94.7 The Pulse, your home of country football. But last weekend, the two big games. Thomson played Bannockburn and Tommy Tigers. They got up with Lucas Forbes booting 5 goals, and another one of the McLeod dynasty putting his head up, Jackson McLeod, kicking 4 goals as well. A magnificent effort there by the Tommy Tigers. They're on a roll and they're really looking forward to some more finals action coming up. And the elimination final played on the Sunday. The East Geelong Eagles, much too good for Werribee Centrals, even though East Geelong got off to a pretty ordinary start, kicking a bag full of behinds, but they came good and they won at the right time at the siren. They were okay there. Ryan Coy, a magnificent effort there by Ryan Coy, 4 goals. But the evergreen Ricky O'Toole, once again in the action again, looking for his elusive premiership that he is yet to play in as a player, and we all wish Ricky all the very best indeed, because he's been an institution in local football and a Whitley medalist, which we'll talk a little bit about that later on. And of course the big sad there for the Werribee Centrals boys, Craig Rosenweig. I know I love mentioning him, but I just love the guy. I reckon he's a great footballer. And Sean Simmons putting on their jumper for the last time for the Werribee Centurions, and it's very sad up there for everybody at the Duck Pond to lose 2 great footballers of that calibre. Hello, I'm Dick Philpott, and once again I've assembled one brain. And he is the biggest brain in country footy, there's no doubt about that. He is the #1 commentator, Eric Nicholls. Good morning.
Good morning, Dick. Nice to be back again, and I don't know what's happened to my left-hand man. He's gone down a hole somewhere.
No idea.
Grubby.
We made sure we didn't have any shag pole carpet. We lost him in the shag pole carpet last week. The vacuum cleaner got him out, but we don't know where he is this week. Got absolutely no idea where the angry ant is. But Eric, I went to the doctors this week.
Did you?
Come on, Eric, I'll get this.
Oh, what'd you go to the doctor, Dick?
Well, I kept on thinking I was a cat. You know what he said to me?
I hasten to think.
He said, "How long's this been going on for?" And do you know what I said to him? Ever since I was a kitten.
I'm glad Grubby wasn't here.
And it's just me, folks, I'm getting funnier every week. I've got no idea. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, last Monday night at Buckley's Entertainment Centre, we had the magnificent Whitley medalist, one of the great events of local country football, the Never Whitley medal, and of course it was won by the goal-kicking machine from the Tommy Tigers, Lucas Forbes. Eric caught up with Lucas straight after his win.
At the Whitley medal vote count, it's my pleasure to introduce the winner for 2012, Luke Forbes for Thomson. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, no, thanks, mate. It's pretty close in the end. I was hoping my teammate Brent was going to get 1 vote, and I thought I might get 3, so I kicked 10, and it would have been nice to be a tie, but no, I'm very happy to win the award.
Yeah, so personally, very, very happy, and a very emotional speech because you lost your father last year, and I know what it's like when you're so close to your dad, and he loved your footy so much.
Yeah, oh, that's it, mate. He was there every week. It was pretty hard, you know. It was probably the hardest year I've ever had playing without him being there. He was there every week, and you know, I know he was watching over me, so you know, it was pretty hard, but we pushed through, and Thomson being very good, supportive.
I was just going to say, the Thomson Footy Club have been fantastic to you. Brent playing with you, your brother playing with you again this year, and I know it means a lot, not only to you, but to the Thomson Footy Club to win this.
Yeah, no, they been trying to get me back there for a few years, and thought it was a good opportunity to go back there after Dad passing away and sort of play with my brother. You know, I played probably second highest level of footy at VFL, and Joey's is a very good standard footy, and I just thought, you know, I just turned 29. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to go there and, you know, play with Marcus. We went through a hard time, but it was they've been great, Thomson, and I've loved every minute of it playing there.
It's only 3 weeks ago I interviewed you for kicking your 100th goal. Now you've won the medal. How much does it mean now to get to a grand final and win that?
I'll be trying, mate. Bloody Belpost Hill, they're going to be hard to beat. You know, we just got to have a go and see what happens on the day.
Luke, you've had a fantastic season. Congratulations on a fantastic win, and the very best of good luck in the Werribee final.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. Luke Forbes, the winner of the Whitley medal for 2012.
Yeah, great effort there from Lucas Forbes. Well-deserved winner of the Never Whitley medal for 2012. Well, in the reserves, well, the Werribee Central's Ducks had a great contributor there, because Andrew McDonald won the Andrew McDonald won the Ivan Tansing medal. Whitley medal was won by Lucas Forbes. The Be quiet, Noel. The Ivan Tansing medal. And he is our special guest on the show this morning, Andrew McDonald from Werribee Sentinels. G'day, mate. How you going?
Good, thanks for having me.
And congratulations on winning the medal too, mate.
Yeah, no, it was a shock, but really glad I won it.
That's fantastic, mate. Now, tell us the story. The medal's actually got Ian Tansing on it, is that right?
It has, yes.
Something you brought to our attention. We never knew that was going on. That's interesting, isn't it? I wonder how long that's been going along for.
I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Roland, who won it 2 years ago from our footy club, so I'll ask him if it's Ian or Ivan.
We'll have to get that sorted out. How long have you been at Werribee? Did you come along towards the second half of the year?
It's my first year at Werribee. I was the appointed coach earlier this year, and I've come from the WRFL. From a team called Glen Orden, where I played with Craig Rosenweig and Nathan Lovell there. Okay. And it was my first year at the Centurion.
He's had a great second half, Eric, hasn't he?
Absolutely, and we only see the odd game, Andrew, where we go to broadcast, but you played midfield?
Yeah, midfielder, midfield go forward when I need a rest.
And you've quite a reasonable side, although traditionally the Werribee reserves have been very, very strong this year, sort of middle of the road.
Yeah, look, our seniors got a hell of a lot of injuries this year. At one stage, we had 18 blokes out injured, so I was calling up guys that had played at our club in previous years to get down and fill in, and we'd won enough games to get into the finals, and we actually got everyone back, and I just think the team didn't gel well enough on Sunday. Gone, and that's why Bellpost got the better of us on Sunday.
And I was interested talking to you before we came on air. You thought the club umpires is a good concept.
I was a bit sceptical when I first heard about it, but they did a fantastic job. Really, really great job, the umpires. You sort of think club umpires, they might benefit a team here or there, but no, it was fair and impartial the whole way through the year.
And having seen all the teams in the reserves, who's going to win it?
Now that we're out, we aren't winning it.
I knew I could ask you that.
Come on, Andrew. It starts with Ed.
Yeah, look, I reckon North Geelong is tough to beat. But if Bellpost Hill remain in the seniors and the reserves, they're going to be very, very hard to beat.
I've been a bit impressed in recent weeks with Bannockburn. They seem to have a lot of depth.
Yeah, they did. They started the year really well. We were watching a guy, Brett Harding, who just kicked goals and goals every single week, and we reckon that he was the bloke to stop.
Magnificent. Andrew, thanks very much for coming all the way from Werribee on a Saturday morning, mate. We really do appreciate it.
No dramas.
All the best for the club next year. You been reappointed as coach for next year?
Not as yet.
We'll put the pressure on him, mate.
Yeah, we'll do.
We'll put the pressure on. Congratulations again on winning the Ivan Tansing medal, mate. Coveted award in the GDFL. Great effort, and wish you all the best for next year, mate.
Thank you very much.
Andrew McDonald, who was the Ivan Tansing medal for the Werribee Sentinels Footy Club, our special guest on the show this morning. We're going to pay some bills, come back and see what's going on in the footy this afternoon. Back after this.
We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is strong.
And welcome back, and of course we have everything that's Colts footy. It's finals time in Colts footy. Here's Mitch Cleary.
Thanks, guys. Well, I'm back again with another week of Colts as we edge another week closer to the finals, with Division 1 also kicking off this week with their first week of finals. We're going to take a reverse look at the Colts this morning, starting with Division 4. And as you can see, footage between East Geelong and Anarchy at St Albans Reserve last week. A controversial finish ended with East Geelong finishing the victors. And they play Grovedale 2 this morning, who lost to Port Arlington last week. The winner of Grovedale 2 and East Geelong at St Albans this morning at 8 a.m, so it's already kicked off out there, played Port Arlington in the grand final. In Division 3, St Mary's 2, my St Mary's 2 versus Cogsy's Beaumont Lions, 9:45 Sunday, tomorrow, Father's Day at Drysdale. The winner of that plays the loser of Inverleigh and North Geelong, kicking off this morning at St Albans at 10 a.m. The winner of the Hawks and Magpies goes straight into the Division 3 grand final. Inverleigh enjoyed the week off last week, while North Geelong smashed St Mary's at St Albans Reserve. In Division 2, Bell Park lost last week and play Werribee play Geelong West St Peters this Sunday at St Albans at 10 a.m, while Bell Park look for revenge this Sunday at West Oval at 9:45. And the all-important Division 1 finals kick off this morning. Colac play Torquay at Drysdale at 9:45. Both of these sides actually didn't take the field last week and was scheduled to play at West Oval. The ground deemed too hard in the middle of the oval, so water was needed to get the reserves and seniors underway. So these sides haven't seen a lot of each other recently. And in the other game, the elimination final, St Joseph's and Drysdale kicking off at 9:45 this morning at West Oval. And in Division 1, my St Mary's have the week off, looking to play the winner of Colac and Torquay next week. That's all from me, guys. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Mitch. And Mitch will be back again next Saturday morning. It's a really exciting time with the Colts at the moment. Looking forward to that immensely. Even better the fact that the North Geelong Magpies are still there after the great win against St Mary's last week. I just thought I might just bring that up. We've got an interview now that the smallest man in country football did, Grubby Cation, did with the coach of the East Geelong Eagles, Tom Perrott. Here they go.
The elimination final has been played and won, and we have the coach of the winning side at the moment, Tommy Perrott. Tommy, well done, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It was good to come here today and get a win. Yeah.
Now, it was a pretty ugly game for most of the game to watch. It got a bit better towards the end, but it don't matter to you. As long as you look up and see that scoreboard and you're going to play next week.
Yeah, look, it was when you're playing in a do-or-die final, it's just about winning the contested footy, and we talked about, before the game, wanting to win the contested ball and wanting to, bring the ball to ground because they're such a tall side, and, our focus is all throughout the week were, to do those little things, and hopefully the big picture will take care of itself.
Now, you had a couple out. Popel didn't play, and, of course, the big out was Simon Primke. It looked ominous when you looked at the teams at the start and thinking, here, Werribee a chance here. They didn't play. How far are they off? Can they play next week?
Yeah, look, hopefully both will be available for next week. Primke was close this week, and Popo probably just needed just one more week. He was just a little bit tight. So, with as you know, with Primke missing, he sometimes does leave a big hole there. But I thought our other tall defenders in Mark Vetter and Jake Nolan and Drew Lachlan, and Robbie Chamberlain, they all stood up and played that role really well for us today and covered for his absence.
Yeah, well, he's one of my favourite players, Lachlan. I love him. He plays well every time. Every time we see him, he's a fantastic player. But look, what do they put in the water down here? He's 33, 34 years old, I reckon. Ricky O'Toole is still just a magnificent footballer.
Yeah, we say it all the time. He's just like a fine wine. He just keeps getting better with age, Ricky, and he's just so smart. And you can put him against a younger player who might be a little bit quicker than him, but Ricky's going to outsmart him every time. And he's got such clean hands, and in such a contested game like today, those clean hands, they feed out to blokes like Chalice and Mawson and Robertson. It's just invaluable to us.
Yeah, and look, talking about pace, you got a fair bit of that with Chalice and young Ververs. They played terrific too. This ground suits them, Tommy.
Yeah, it does, and Jeremy Power enjoys the wide open expanses here, and I think Lukey Popple, when he's back next week, he'll enjoy it as well. And I think, look, we've just got to make sure that with our possession that it's cleaner, so that these boys get more room, because if our possession isn't clean, they get closed down a little bit more, and it's a bit harder for them to get up and about.
Now, I know you don't want to give too much away, but Ryan Closter, one of the better players of the competition, didn't reappear after half-time. How is he? What's he? Well, don't tell us what he's done, but how is he, and will he be right for next week?
Yeah, no, Clossie will play next week, definitely. He was just a little bit sore, and we just decided to err on the side of caution and just thought, well, where you're at, Clossie, and he said, oh, I'm right to go, and I was the one that said he couldn't go back on. So, yeah, he wanted to go back on, but I told him he couldn't.
It was a great interview there. All we saw was Tom Perrott. We do apologise we couldn't get Grubby into the camera shot because the cameras just don't go down that far, unfortunately. But we had him on a biscuit tin too, and that didn't seem to work. Oh, never mind. You might have a look at him next week, folks, if you really can stand that. That'll be unbelievable. But, of course, last Monday night we spoke about it. It was a magnificent event. It always is at Buckley's Entertainment Centre. It was the coveted Never Whitley medal, and it was a really gala evening. Great lot of people there. Everyone that's anything to do with football were there. The Mayor of the City of Greater Geelong and all the life members and the dignitaries from all over football, and it was a fantastic night, Eric. And, well, we know who the winners are, but... gee, it was a great night, wasn't it? And great production too by well, I know Guest Video had a lot to do with it, and well put together by Susan Downey as well.
Very, very well done indeed, Dick. I suppose the only sad part, and I've been involved for 11 or 12 years, and it's the first vote count without Margaret Webb. And
it was pleasing
that Margaret was mentioned, and there's no doubt, and we've said many, many times, she'll be sadly missed. But to the vote count, a fantastic night, and as you've said, it couldn't have been better presented. It was very, very well done, and all that were there. And whilst not getting an invitation, I did represent the...
It was sorted out, mate. It was sorted out. I thought one of the highlights of the night, without any doubt, was Tootie Moore reading out the votes for the seconds. Some of the pronunciations, I mean, Jack Hamilton would have had a problem back in the old days, because 20 years ago, there was only people like Nicholls and Smith and that playing, wasn't it? But nowadays we're very multicultural, and some of those names when they're hit with you for the first time, because obviously Brownlow medals or Whitley medals, nobody knows who the votes are going to go to, and to see a name with 26 syllables in it, poor old Toothie had a real struggle, didn't he?
Well, he was going all right for a couple of games, and all of a sudden they started to come in, and yes, he did have some trouble, but it was all in great spirit.
It was, Eric. Now, you got a few stats there that you took down about the Whitley medal and the Chancing medal on Monday night.
Yeah, well, the Whitley medal in particular, Dick, and it was interesting that Luke Forbes won with 24 votes, Brent McLeod 23, Andrew Challis 22, and they are three very, very good players. And I guess Grubby and I, over the season, have probably suggested that Luke Forbes and Brent McLeod were the class players of the competition, and that probably proved to be the way it turned out on Monday night. Interesting to note, and I've done a little bit of homework since, the total votes that each club collected: Thomson 77, East Geelong 70, Werribee Central's 59, North Geelong 67, Belfast Hill 69 and Bannockburn 55. And it was very, very difficult. I thought, now I'll be a smarty and I'll do some sort of a correlation about how many times those clubs played the bottom teams. But it doesn't come anywhere near it. Thomson played the four bottom sides twice. Werribee Central's played the bottom sides twice, and there was 18 votes difference in the two clubs getting the points. But at the end of the day, I guess somebody who kicked 100 goals probably deserved to get the most number of votes.
This was your revenge for me doing my spiel about how the percentages are calculated, Eric. That was, wasn't it?
Well, I did use that piece of paper to see what I could get out of it.
So I was about to say to you, what did you say after Good Evening, Dick? I mean, I lost it a bit. Actually, when you... Well, Good Morning, Dick, I should say. Yeah, it is interesting, though. And I mean, stats mean a lot sometimes, and it is interesting to see how they've gone. And look, there was no doubt, I think, every commentator that had anything to do with footy knew that Lucas Forbes and Brett McLeod were going to go close, and if anything would cost either one of them the Whitley medal. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, when it came to the last vote, and
very exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Brent McLeod 2 in front, and Luke got the 3 votes to win it. But it was interesting. I liked Derek Fitzsimmons. I liked Joel Page. Both only got 13 votes.
Yep.
Andrew Challis was probably the guy that bobbed up. He's played some very, very good footy. Played interleague footy and did very, very well. But to just get beaten by the other two, Christian Shaw at Bannockburn. He sort of came out of nowhere. He's played some very good footy, certainly, but some would argue probably past his best, and I'm not being disrespectful. He's been a great player, certainly. Luke Priddle, sorry, not Luke Priddle, Luke Wilson, ruckman in interleague, only got 6 votes. Likewise, Jaden Symes, interleague ruckman for Belfast Hill, only got 7 votes. So it was very, very interesting.
It was, Eric. Yeah, it was indeed. Well, we look forward to another Whitley medal, of course, in about 12 months' time, with hopefully another winner that will come to the fore there. And Neville did mention to me it was the earliest he's ever gone home sober from a Whitley medal, and I hope he doesn't mind me telling you this story. He said simply because his partner in crime, dear Margaret, wasn't there to keep him out to all hours of the night. So she was well and truly missed by all concerned on the night, there's no doubt about that. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about all the action on this afternoon and tomorrow as well. Back after this.
From all around Geelong, I'm here to tell you how football is strong.
Welcome back. Yes, all the action on this afternoon and tomorrow as well. And this afternoon, it's second semi-final day at St Albans Reserve, with the senior second semi-final getting underway about 2:30 this afternoon. The Belfast Hill Panthers, yes, they had a rest last week, and they take on those Tommy Tigers who are doing everything right with the Whitley medalist in control at full forward. Should be a magnificent game. The reserves, the North Geelong Magpies, yeah, the big fella's pretty excited about that. They take on the Bannockburn Tigers. And of course in the Colts, Inverleigh and North Geelong play, and Grovedale and East Geelong. On Sunday, tomorrow, in the afternoon, the senior grand final. I'm getting excited about the grand final, folks. The first semi-final is between the East Geelong Eagles and the Bannockburn Tigers, and the reserves first semi-final, East Geelong Eagles and Belfast Hill. The best part about these games is they're cutthroat, and I know the clubs that get knocked out don't think as much about it, but I think semi-finals and first semi-finals and elimination finals are the most exciting games of footy. Looking forward to that. And in the Colts, the Werribee Central's Ducks take on the Geelong West St Peters Footy Club. That'll be a great game indeed. But action on this afternoon. Second semi-final, Belpost Hill, Eric have had a break. The boys from the Ring Road Recreation Reserve, and they take on those all-conquering violet Tommy Tigers. Belpost Hill and Thomson, Eric. Let's see what you've got to say, mate.
Well, the disappointing aspect, Dick, I won't be there because I have commitments down the road. But
Simmons Stadium?
Yes, unfortunately, but...
come on, you love going down there.
I don't mind.
With all your old mates down there from the 60s.
No, look, I've got to be truthful. I love the local footy, Dick, and I've had a great deal of enjoyment over many, many years. And to not watch Belpost Hill and Thomson this afternoon will be disappointing because I saw Thomson last week. They worried me a little bit. They played good enough football to win the game, but they made a few mistakes, and some of the young fellows perhaps didn't quite stand up. The good part about it, Stephen McLeod, an experienced player, he probably stood up in the last quarter. Yo in the back half was very, very good. I probably had some misgivings about the back half for Thomson, but they stood up very, very well. The interesting aspect today, Belpost Hill, now rumour has it, haven't really trained much for the last 3 weeks because they've had severe problems with their oval. I was told the other night, Andy Barrett was giving a great spiel on what's happening out there. Ground redone beautifully on a clay base. And unfortunately the water's sitting on it. They haven't been able to get on it for 3 weeks. So they've been doing a bit of training on the soccer ground, but 2 games in a matter of 4 or 5 weeks, if they win today, as I expect they will, I think, come grand final day, they'll need to get some training somewhere along the way. But gee, they've got some great players playing well. Chris Moreland, Joel Page, Sean Lewis played very well the other night, which surprised me. Hole's fine, Symes, great players, and I think Thomson will be doing a very, very good job to get over them. The only thing about it, Thomson at least have had 1 final under their belt.
Yeah, they did look all right too last week, didn't they? They really gave Bannockburn a little bit of a stick, and this goes to show they've been one of the good sides all year, Thomson. Bannockburn and Thomson controlled the ladder for most part of the season, and now Thomson's probably starting to flex their muscles a bit as well.
I think there's no doubt about that. Steady down.
Mate, you shouldn't be at Simmons Stadium, but I
know, don't worry.
Maybe you might resign from the Past Players Association or something. No, you'll be right, mate. Yeah, it'll be a great game, and of course, that'll be on this afternoon. Belpost Hill and Thomson on 94.7 The Pulse, and of course, preceding that will be the North Geelong Magpies taking on the Bannockburn Tigers, and yes, I'm pretty excited about that.
That'll be a good game too, Dick. Don't worry about that. They've played very, very good footy toward the end of the year, both clubs.
No, it'll be a great game indeed. Now, on Sunday, tomorrow afternoon, it's the seniors' first semi-final, elimination day. East Geelong Eagles, they did everything right to knock out Werribee last weekend, and they take on Bannockburn, reeling after their loss to the Tommy Tigers. Eric, I reckon East Geelong must go into this game reasonably favoured. Bannockburn would be hurting from that loss.
Well, they would be, Dick, but I guess if you go over form in the latter portion of the year, Bannockburn probably finished better than East Geelong. The only thing about having said that, I suggested last week that Ricky O'Toole, Mawson, Coy, Murphy, Robertson would all be very good finalist players for East Geelong. I wasn't really looking at the crystal ball, but they were all in the best players for East Geelong, and Ricky O'Toole absolutely best on the ground, I'm told. On the other hand, the Bannockburn side, well, they battled very, very hard, and they had opportunities at different stages where they could have won the game, but they had some of the youngsters who I thought would be under a cloud in a final, but young Tyquin, fantastic to see young Matty win the Rookie of the Year last Monday night.
Yes, it was.
I would think Father would be very, very happy, Wayne, about that, and great credit. Young Matt's played almost every game in the seniors this year, played in a league, thoroughly deserved that award, and played very well last weekend.
And what a nice young fellow he is too. I only met him for the first time last Monday night, and an absolute gentleman. He's a credit to his family, he really is.
Absolutely, and Broman, the other young fella who was a nomination as well, he had a fairly good day. Michael Allen was a very good player, and I know our floor manager is very pleased about that. Former Belmont Lion, he's doing very, very well at Bannockburn, and he'll be a key player tomorrow. And young Warple, another youngster, had a very good day also. So it's shaping as a very close game. The sad part, one of these two teams tomorrow misses out. They're finished, Dick, and that's the end of the penny section for this year for them. Gee
whiz, and of course I guess one thing we wish is that Ricky O'Toole can go through and get that monkey off his back and actually play in a winning grand final. It's going to be hard for East Geelong to get there, but if they do get there, I guess everyone in footy would love to see him get that success at last.
Oh, absolutely. The big problem is I sense they've got to get over tomorrow, and
Yeah.
I've got to say I favour Bannockburn.
Okay, so there you go. Eric's going for the Bannockburn Tigers tomorrow afternoon, and then he's off down to Simmons Stadium to see the mighty Cats. No, actually, I've got to get it right. He's going to Simmons Stadium today. And I get a bit confused sometimes. It must be my age or something. So he's going to have a great afternoon this afternoon down at Simmons Stadium, watching the Cats against the Swans. It should be fantastic indeed. Well, that's about it for another Saturday morning, and it's been interesting because we've got a big weekend of footy on this afternoon, and boy, do we enjoy it. It is a fantastic thing indeed, and it's been great. I hope you've enjoyed our company this morning, folks. Have a great afternoon in footy, everybody, and we'll see you all again next Saturday for preliminary final day. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.
We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you our football is strong.